5 years in the UK, and I have some few lessons to share with you. It's been a long ride, and trust me, when it started, it was like it was never going to end. There were times when I doubted and questioned myself. Why did I exactly come into this country? But I can look back now and sincerely, it's all filled with gratitude and no regrets. I want to share you some of the lessons that I have learned along the way. Please do engage with this video, leave a comment, like this video, and subscribe to my channel. The first thing I want to talk about is credit card use. Credit cards are good. When I first came to the UK, people were very quick to advise us to say you need credit cards to be able to build your credit history. And initially, I think the first year I didn't get the credit card. So when my husband joined me 6 months after I came into the UK, and we started talking about, oh, we want to buy a house in a few years time. So then we started considering getting a credit card. So I think 1 year after I got a credit card, and I didn't really use it for much then. What I was using my credit card then for was, I remember, was grocery shopping. I will use it. I already have the money for the grocery shopping in my account. So what I do is I use my credit card to pay for the grocery shopping. And then after at the end of the month, I pay the money back from the money that I have. So I already have the money that I'm spending basically. So before you know it, we got a house, life became, we moved from that phase. So I needed money for something, and then I had to start using my credit card. So I told myself, oh, I'm going to pay the money back. You know, when you say, oh, let me just use this credit card, let me just pay for it. Or I went to Primark to buy some clothes, let me just pay for it. Or I went to this place to buy some, let me just pay for it. Before you know it, my brother and my sister already had a debt of over £1,000 on my credit card, and it was so hard to pay back. I struggled to pay back. And you know the interest rate on credit cards, how high it is. I think mine was about 35%. It was huge. Every time I was paying back, every month I was paying little amount into to pay back. But the more I was paying, it looks as if they were also adding more interest to it. So it was not reflecting. I in fact I struggled to pay back that credit card before I finally paid it back. So after then I was like, I beg, can I not close this credit card? I'm not doing again. This credit card, it has, I didn't have the discipline anymore. Do you get what I mean? Initially, when I got it, I had the discipline. When down the line, I didn't have the discipline anymore. So if you are not disciplined enough, my sister, my brother, that credit card that you want to use, if you are finished building the credit file, maybe you should just close it, because sometimes that credit card can put people into serious debt that you don't even know how to come out of it. Credit cards are good because if you use it to pay for things, you know that purchase is protected. If anything happens, they will pay back your money and all of that. So that credit cards is really good, and there are also credit cards that give you money back on whatever you spend on it. So credit cards are really good, but the only thing is that you have to be disciplined to use it. So that was one lesson that I had to learn in the hard way. Another lesson that I learned is that no matter how long somebody has stayed in this country as an immigrant, it doesn't mean that they have the right information that you need. So sometimes people feel like, oh, because this my uncle has been in the UK for 20 years, everything he tells me is right, everything he tells me is legit. Now your uncle might think that what they are saying is right, but they will not realize that that information has probably gone, maybe it has expired. It's an information that is no longer current, is no longer the right thing to do, but they will not know. They will just think that is the right thing to do, and they would advise you, and you will not know. So I remember when we wanted to buy a house, somebody told us that, buy a house, you cannot buy a house in the UK. You just came now. You're just 2 years in the UK. How can you say you want to buy a house? And my husband was like, So then he took a course. He was doing a course on mortgage advising and all of that. So he got a lot of information. Then he told me, my dear, we can buy that house. Oh. Don't mind what that person was saying. Even though that person had been in the UK for over 15 years, I think, they didn't have the right information because time had changed. They didn't know much about the skilled worker visa stuffs and the routes and all of that and what you can do on that visa. So they were judging based on their own perspective of the routes with which they came into the country with. So remember that everybody came in through a different route, and it doesn't mean that they have the right information. So be careful who you take information with, who you take information from. They don't mean harm most of the times. It's just that they themselves don't know. So just do your diligence, no matter who that person is and how long they might have spent in the UK. So the next lesson that I have learned in the UK is that please don't break rules. There's always somebody watching you. Please don't break rules. Don't think that nobody is watching you. So people are always watching you. Always make sure that you are doing the right thing. You have not passed your driving test and you're already driving your car around because people told you that it's okay to do so. Your grace is different from their grace. So don't think that because Mr. A has driven his car for 3 years and didn't pass his driving test and he was not caught, that you too you will do the same and not be caught. You might be caught. Please just always do the right thing. Don't do things, anything that you know that is wrong, please don't do it. Don't say, let me cut corners, they will not catch me. I sharp, I do this one. My sister, my brother, you might be caught though. So please try to avoid problems, anything that would dent your image, that would affect your indefinite leave to remain, that will affect your citizenship at the end of the day. Try not to do it. Your workplace friends are not your friends. They might seem to be nice to you, but they are not your friends. Make every relationship you are having with them strictly work and work, nothing personal. If you start making it personal, you might get into trouble. If anything happens, they will save their job and not you. Learn to delay gratification. You don't need the latest iPhone. Trust me, you don't need it. If you don't need something, don't buy it because everybody is using it or because you feel that you want it. If you don't need it, you don't need it. You don't need that latest car 2025 car. You don't need it. If you can't afford it, why are you mounting a lot of debt on your head? Only you have too many subscription on your head. Only you have car insurance, car finance. Only you phone finance. Only you furniture finance. Only you fridge finance. You don't always have to buy everything that you want. Another thing that I have learned in the UK is that, do you really need that mortgage? The fact that everybody is taking mortgage. Oh, I came to the UK 3 years after I got mortgage. 4 years after I got mortgage. 1 year after I got 6 months after I got mortgage. Do you really need that mortgage? Do you really need it? Ask yourself. Check with yourself. If you are a family, check with your spouse. How old are you? Is mortgage really what you need? The fact that everybody is taking it does not mean that you need it. So in the UK, not what everybody is doing has to be what you do. The fact that somebody is doing taking mortgage or your friend is taking mortgage does not mean that you also have to take it. Or the fact that somebody is taking it now does not mean that you have to take it now as well. Everybody's timing is different, everybody's circumstances is different. So please just plan it and do it when you need to do it, not when you feel like you should be doing it. I leave you with this one. Get a life insurance. I know that we don't talk a lot much about debts, and it's not really something that is in our culture to talk a lot about, but we need to normalize it. We need to normalize what happens after when we are not there. Myself and my partner and my husband, we have a mortgage now, and something happens, God forbid, to either of us. How are we going to pay that mortgage? How is that person who remains going to pay the mortgage? So if you have a life insurance, it just helps. It helps what happens when you are not there, so that whoever you're leaving behind do not need to suffer. If you haven't gotten a life insurance, please go and get one. It's one of the lessons that I have learned in the UK, and I got it on very, very early. Not even when I was thinking about getting a house, I got it early on in my stay in the UK. Everybody is traveling to Albania. Everybody is traveling to Morocco. Everybody is traveling to Spain, Kafanchan, this one. You too, you want to go. And it's not that you want to go that is even a problem. You don't even have the means. Your financial situation is saying zero. You use all your credit cards, spend it on holidays that you could not afford. It's not wise. Please, let's do the wise things. You can delay gratification. You can still go for that holiday when you can afford it. Don't do things because everybody's doing it. Do it because you can afford it and you want to do it. And you also need to do it. I've been in the UK. Yeah, it's 5 years now in the UK. I have not traveled out of the country apart from when I went to Nigeria to see my family. I want to go to Morocco. I want to go to Albania, but the financial situation I am in right now does not support it, and I'm not going to kill myself to go to those places until I can afford it. Beware of black tax. Beware of black tax. Those people that you are sending money to and they are hailing you, saying rankadede to you, because you are giving them, the very day you stop giving them, you will become a bad person. And it will not matter how much you have ever given them. What would matter is that you are no longer giving them, and they will paint your name black. So whatever you cannot finish, don't start it. Whatever you cannot sustain, don't start it. Those people that you want to give money, some of them are using your money to eat pepper soup, ishewu. beer parlor, this one, carry women and all of that. But you are here suffering, doing 12 hours shift, 14 hour shift, doing two jobs. You finish day shift, you go for night shift. You finish night shift, you go for day shift. They don't understand what you're going through. But when they ask you for money, you quickly give it to them. My husband started said something to me some time ago, that if somebody asks him for money, he will plan it. It's not that you ask me for money today, I need to give you today. No, 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 no. Except maybe it's like maybe your mom and all of that. But you know those people that you owe things, and those people you don't owe anything. And the person asks you for money today, and now you're already sending the money. That person thinks that you have planted money behind your backyard. They don't understand how it works. If somebody is asking me for money now, I'm going to tell that person, oh, when I collect my salary at the end of the month, I will budget it and I will give you. I've already budgeted my salary. Why should I go out of my way to give you that money when you might not even, that person asking me for that money might just want to squander the money. And then they will tell you this person is sick, this person is that, this person is dying. All these lies. They just want to milk you out because they believe that you have money. They don't know what you're going through. So beware of black tax. If you want me to do a separate video about black tax, please let me know in the comment section, and we can talk about it as much as possible. I don't want this video to be too long. So if you have learned something today, thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button and do subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.